Claressa Shields is laughing right now, y'all. But honestly, it feels like she might be laughing just to keep herself from breaking down. Because when I tell you she may have gotten seriously played by this 360 deal, y'all haven't even heard the full story yet. This situation is wild from every angle, and trust me, we're about to unpack all of it, okay? So let's get straight into it. But first, I have to quickly say this, y'all. My power is finally back on, thank God, after being out for hours. Then my internet finally came back a little while afterward, so I was able to get online and tell y'all exactly what's happening. The lights are back on, y'all. And I truly want to thank everyone who sent prayers, well wishes, and donations during that time. I appreciate every single one of y'all more than you know. So, now that everything is back up, let's get into this story. Welcome back to the channel. And if you enjoy this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. And a special thank you to my day ones, twos, threes, and fours who continue to show love and support. I appreciate y'all, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, this video is being presented for entertainment and educational purposes, so remember that some of what we discuss is alleged, while some information is not, and my fair use notice is available in the description box. With that said, let's get into it. First of all, happy Thursday, y'all. I hope everybody had a good day, and please stay safe out there. Pay attention to what's happening around you, and most importantly, be careful about the company you choose to keep, because sometimes the wrong people around you can bring serious consequences you never expected. Okay, y'all? Now let's get into the real tea. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Remember how people were saying the same thing about Nolan, with folks in the comments claiming she had to laugh just so she wouldn't cry? Well, y'all, it looks like that saying might actually fit Claressa right now. Word on the street is that she may finally be realizing that this deal she signed wasn't nearly as good as she thought it was. And this is where things get crazy, because a lot of people believe the way everything played out is some kind of karma for what happened with Remy Ma. Now, let's be clear. People aren't necessarily criticizing her simply because she started dating Papoose, because if Remy and Papoose were completely finished, then that situation would be different. The bigger issue is that Claressa allegedly reached out to Remy first, attempting to build a friendship with her, and that detail is exactly what has so many people looking at this entire situation differently. And then you're sending her these fake Merry Christmas and Happy New Year messages while allegedly trying to get with her baby daddy, her husband, at the same time, okay? That's a major reason why so many people have turned against Claressa. And on top of that, other women have reportedly come forward claiming she was involved with their husbands while they were still together too. So this is exactly why the backlash against Claressa continues. And now people are saying, well, maybe Papoose finally got her exactly where he wanted her. And y'all, some of the things coming out right now are absolutely unbelievable. If any of this is false, remember, Claressa herself is the one who said it. Yes, Claressa put these claims out there herself. So if something turns out to be untrue, that's a conversation she has to have with her own words.
And it immediately brings you back to what Remy said before, when she warned that he was going to play you and run circles around you, girl. Those were Remy's words, and now people are looking at the situation like that warning came full circle. This is also why people believe Claressa is working overtime online, posting constantly, pushing her page, and trying to stay visible, because allegedly she needs to make money from wherever she can after getting locked into what people are calling a terrible deal. And some are saying she could end up in a situation similar to Finesse 2 times before long. Yeah, they're comparing her situation to Finesse because the only reason he's reportedly able to keep making money now is that he isn't operating under the same name anymore. He changed his stage name and started releasing music under another identity because according to the claims being discussed, Mona Scott owns the Finesse 2 times name along with other labels connected to the arrangement. Y'all, this is the kind of situation people believe she signed herself into. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. She's gonna have to work extremely hard, and honestly, I don't even know where she's supposed to find the time to have a baby. She keeps saying she plans to have a baby next year, but looking at everything happening right now, I just don't see how that fits into the picture. It looks like she's getting seriously played right in front of everybody, and the P in pimp might be more important than people realize, right before our very eyes. Hold on one second, y'all. Give me just 1 second. He literally started vacuuming the moment I hit record. Hello, can you please stop vacuuming for a minute so I can finish recording this video? And then there are these bobblehead dolls that don't even bobble, y'all. They're literally just sitting there, staring back at you like regular little figures. They're supposed to have those heads moving around, but hers wasn't moving at all, y'all. Not even a little wiggle on that bobblehead. And somehow she was still expecting people to actually pay for them. Lord have mercy, y'all. This whole situation is looking rough. Papoose allegedly did her extremely dirty with this 60-40 arrangement, and that part is what really has people talking. Because from his perspective, whether they stay together or eventually split up may not even matter. He could still reportedly collect money from whatever she does unless she somehow changes the name or gets out of the agreement. And right now, that name is one of the main things she has built, even if it isn't nearly as established as some people think. I'm just saying, y'all, because apparently a lot of promoters aren't exactly rushing to work with her either. Everything she gets involved in could reportedly generate money under this arrangement, including whatever role she's supposed to have with Zeus Network. If she's judging something, appearing somewhere, creating content, or doing anything else that brings in income, the deal reportedly touches that money too. And according to the claims being discussed, 60% is going toward WAC 100 and the various people connected to him. Y'all, if that's accurate, they really did her dirty. But now let's talk about something else, because look at those arms, y'all. Is Claressa about to be putting those paws on Papoose if things go left? And I've got a question for y'all, and I'm not trying to encourage any kind of fight or paw session, but if those two actually went at it, who do y'all think would win? I mean, she's supposed to be the GWO, right? Now, I saw a training video where she was working out with a guy, and he gave her a few little shots, and she went down pretty quickly. So I have to wonder why she keeps talking about wanting to fight men instead of women. Maybe she genuinely believes she can handle it, but honestly, I think she may just be talking big because the women she keeps choosing don't exactly look like serious threats to her. It looks like she would probably overpower them pretty quickly. And speaking of that, her next opponent is supposed to fight her this Saturday, right, y'all? This Saturday.
That fight is coming up fast. I went back and watched some footage of that woman training, and I was sitting there like, Lord have mercy, because it looked like she could be in serious trouble. If Claressa Shields doesn't score a knockout in this fight coming up on the 15th, people are going to drag her all the way to Kingdom Come. They really are, especially if she fails to get the stoppage. Because honestly, based on all the buildup, people are expecting a dominant performance. Ain't no way around it. Ain't no way. And now there's another rumor floating around that Claressa Shields may already be dealing with an injury because people noticed that her knee was wrapped. Some are suggesting she may have tweaked or pulled something in her knee while training at camp or during practice. And apparently she's been walking around with a noticeable limp too. That's especially interesting because in a previous fight, her opponent was also dealing with some kind of limp or injury, which seemed to affect the pace of the fight after the woman started strong and eventually slowed down. Claressa ultimately won that fight, but now people are noticing Claressa herself appears to be hopping around. Oh yeah, y'all. So I don't know whether that injury is actually going to affect her performance, but I'm definitely keeping an eye on it, because if she really is hurt, that could change the entire fight and potentially give her opponent an opening she wouldn't normally have. At the same time, though, we have to remember that big celebrities and athletes can make serious money from huge numbers of views online. I'm not talking about small creators like us, because we're not pulling those kinds of numbers, but major personalities like Claressa can potentially make a lot from viral attention. So when people start saying, maybe this opponent has a chance now because Claressa is limping, you have to wonder whether that could actually create more curiosity and drive more people to watch. You know what I'm saying, y'all? So maybe the injury is real, or maybe there's something else going on behind the scenes for promotion. I'm just saying, y'all, she could simply be trying anything right now because she's reached the point where she needs every bit of attention she can get. Anything to get people interested enough to show up, because word on the street is that those tickets are struggling to move.
Now she's been going online trying to explain that most of her supporters usually wait until the last minute before buying their tickets. But at the same time, she's been going back and forth with people in Atlanta, and a lot of folks feel like she has flat out disrespected the city. She's been criticizing the way people behave there and speaking negatively about Atlanta in general. Then she allegedly went after someone connected to the radio station who interviewed her, and apparently she was talking about that woman pretty harshly, even though plenty of people actually liked her. So yeah, y'all, the whole situation is getting messier by the day. And honestly, I think she may be starting to feel the pressure, because if this event doesn't bring in enough money after she reportedly put her own money into promoting it, then she isn't just missing a profit, she could actually be taking a loss. Oh yeah, y'all. If those tickets don't sell, somebody is going to have to absorb that financial hit. And now people are even saying that certain sections don't sell out. They could move fans from the cheaper or farther away seats closer toward ringside, so the venue appears more packed on camera. Then the people who purchase seats way up in the back could potentially be relocated closer to the action, making the crowd look much bigger than it actually is. Y'all, Lord have mercy. Anyway, I want y'all to tell me what you think down in the comments about this entire situation. What do you think about Papoose allegedly bringing Claressa this contract, and now all these claims that she may have been completely finessed by the deal?